God message today, my beloved. Pause right here and breathe, because what I am about to say is not ordinary news but a divine interruption to everything you thought you understood about your life. In the quiet places where your heart has been whispering for answers and your spirit has been aching for purpose, heaven has been listening, and God Himself has been arranging something far beyond everything you could ever imagine. Do not scroll, do not move, do not allow distraction to steal what God has positioned in front of you, because there is a revelation rising like the sunrise, and your name is written all over it. Somewhere on a coastal cliff where the ocean breaks against stone and the wind carries prayers across the waves, an elderly man wrapped in a wool coat stood trembling with age and reverence, whispering a name that has been hidden for decades. Your name. And tears slipped from his eyes as he lifted his hands toward heaven and pleaded, Lord, guide us to them before time runs out. At that very moment, angels were dispatched, documents long buried began to resurface, and the quiet unfolding of destiny began to shake the foundations of what once seemed unchangeable. This is not coincidence. It is divine appointment, the orchestration of a sovereign God who never forgets His promises. A powerful family with influence, stretching across nations, has searched for an heir lost long ago, believing they would never find the one chosen to restore what was broken. But heaven interrupted their despair with a whisper. The appointed one still lives. They have acquired land. Yes, an enormous estate covered in olive trees and gardens overflowing with white lilies, under a name they believed would one day return, tucked away inside sealed trust documents protected by laws so deep that only divine timing could unlock them. But someone has been trying to interfere, someone whose power depended on the truth remaining buried, and the spiritual warfare surrounding your life lately. The strange phone calls, the sudden heaviness, the feeling of being watched, the dreams that feel too vivid to be random, is not imagination. It is evidence that God has shifted something in the unseen realm. Every unanswered question has been a clue. Every delay was divine protection. Every sleepless night when your spirit felt restless was God preparing you for what He already finished in eternity. Listen. Now, inside a dusty vault beneath a stone chapel perched above the sea, a file was discovered last week bearing your initials engraved into the side of a silver locket, wrapped in velvet, sealed in wax, and hidden away for decades. That locket belonged to the matriarch of that family, a woman known for her deep faith and unwavering belief that God would restore what tragedy tried to destroy. On her final night on earth, she spoke words recorded on fragile paper: the chosen one will return when God's appointed hour arrives. Guard everything until the rightful heir stands again. And that description, every detail of it, from your quiet strength to the shape of your hands, to the place of the birthmark on your skin, matches you precisely. And now even heaven trembles with anticipation because the time has come. While the world may look at you and see someone ordinary, heaven calls you chosen, redeemed, appointed, anointed, set apart for purpose, and designed for more than the pain you survived. God has been aligning everything silently, just as Romans chapter 8:28 declares, all things work together for good to those who love God and are called according to His purpose. Right now, in a glass-walled boardroom high above a glowing city skyline, 12 leaders sit in absolute silence with a single photograph lying at the center of a polished table. Your photograph. Their hands shook when they saw the resemblance between your face and the founder of their dynasty, the one whose legacy changed nations. They argued, voices echoing beneath chandeliers, torn between fear and reverence because your arrival means the dismantling of corrupt power and the restoration of justice long denied. Someone among them, the betrayer, driven by greed and terrified of losing control, has tried to delay the legal transfer, but the breath of God has swept through, and every forged signature, every manipulated paper, every hidden attempt to silence the truth has been exposed. Even now, a courier is preparing to deliver a sealed envelope, bearing a golden emblem carved in the shape of wings spread wide, containing a letter handwritten by the matriarch herself, addressed to the true heir chosen by God. That envelope holds instructions for your return to an estate stretching beyond what the mind can measure. Vineyards, homes filled with stained glass light, a private sanctuary built for prayer and worship overlooking endless waters. A private aircraft waits inside a secured hangar, its engines already warmed, waiting only for the signal affirming that you have received the call. The pilot has been given a single word to speak once contact is made. Home. My beloved. Do you feel the shift in the air around you? Do you sense the weight of destiny pressing through the veil of silence? Because God is moving. The Spirit of the Lord is hovering over you just as He hovered over the waters in the beginning. The breakthrough you prayed for is no longer coming, it is here. The rival who schemed to erase you will collapse beneath the weight of truth, because what God ordains, no human hand can cancel. Isaiah chapter 54:17 declares, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not one." Even now, on a marble altar inside the chapel where your story once began, a ring rests inside a velvet box, etched with the seal of the family crest, wings rising beneath a radiant crown, waiting for the rightful heir to return and take their place. Beside it lies a Bible, worn at the edges, pages marked with tears and prayers written in trembling ink. Lord, protect the chosen one. Let them rise in your time, for your glory. Tonight, lights are being lit in a mansion you have never walked through but will soon call home. Servants are aligning in reverent silence. Portraits of ancestors are being uncovered from beneath heavy cloths. And as they are revealed, gasps fill the room because the faces staring back bear your features. Eyes shaped like yours, the same jawline. The same fierce softness that carries both strength and gentleness. There is a hush in the hall as a recording from decades ago begins to play, the matriarch's voice resonating like prophecy. When the lost one returns, restore everything. What was broken will be rebuilt. What was stolen will be returned. What was hidden will shine again. And in that moment, even the rival who once fought to bury the truth falls to their knees, overcome not by fear, but by the power of God. Because divine justice makes every crooked path straight. Silence becomes worship, the atmosphere becomes holy ground, and the attorney, hands trembling, breaks the final seal and declares through tears, by order of heaven and the authority of this house, the rightful heir has been found. The room bows. The wind outside roars like the voice of God splitting oceans. The pen touches paper. Your signature redirects history. Heaven applauds. The earth trembles. Legacy breathes again. And God, who never once abandoned you, whispers into your spirit, "My child, I have always known where you were. You were never lost, only hidden until the appointed time. Every battle you survived was preparation. Every rejection was direction. Every heartbreak was redirection. Every delay was protection. Nothing was wasted." And now Psalm chapter 126:3 becomes the banner over your life. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Listen, beloved, This is more than inheritance. It is calling. It is purpose. It is divine alignment. It is the fulfillment of a promise spoken before you ever took your first breath. You are not just inheriting land or titles or wealth. You are inheriting destiny, responsibility, spiritual authority, and the mantle to rebuild what was broken. And the moral of this story, the truth that heaven needs you to carry, is this: when God calls you chosen, nothing and no one on this earth can stop what He has ordained. Your entire life has been a setup for this moment, proof that God's timing is perfect and His plan unstoppable. So stand tall, breathe deep, lift your eyes toward heaven, and remember, God does not call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And, beloved, you have been called. Type yes if you believe in God. Type 1111 if you believe in God.